People aren't meant to be in the ocean. You can't even call that a boat. So what happens is Jonah has just recently gotten spat out of the fish. And the Bible says that he was spat out. The word of the Lord comes to Jonah, and it comes to him the second time. See, the first time the word of the Lord came to Jonah was when he said, I want you to go. And he said, all right, no, I'm going to go the opposite direction. So now that he's gotten out of the fish, he's gotten out of his situation, even though he has prayed, the Bible says that in order to walk through the city was 8 miles in circumference and about 2.5 miles wide. And it had 120,000 people, so it was dense. And it was a big city, and it took 3 days to walk through the city. And so what the Bible says is that what Jonah has done is he's walked through the city on the first day. And the Bible says that in verse 4 of Jonah chapter 3, it says, Jonah began to enter the city on the first day's walk. Then he cried out and said, yet 40 days and Nineveh shall be overthrown. Now you got to get this. The verse 5 says, so that the people of Nineveh believe God and proclaim the fast. I love this. Notice it doesn't say the leaders believe God and proclaim the fast. It doesn't say that the husbands or the head of the households believe and proclaim. It says the people of Nineveh believe God and proclaim the fast. The thing that you need to realize, when people do wrong, they know when they're doing wrong. Here you are trying to fix everybody and tell everybody they're doing wrong. When people do wrong, they know that they're doing wrong. And so what happens, they go ahead and they say, they proclaim a fast, and they put on sackcloth from the greatest to the least of them. And this is the verse I like right here in verse 6. Then the word came to the king of Nineveh, and he arose off of his throne and laid aside his robe, covering himself with sackcloth, and he sat in ashes, and he caused it to be proclaimed and published throughout Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink water, but let the man and beast be covered with sackcloth and cry mightily to God. Yes, everyone turn from his evil way and from the violence that is in his hand. Now you got to get this one right here in verse 9. It says, who can tell if God will turn and relent and turn away from his fierce anger so that we may not